Okay, so to deal with that, let us try to understand that. So one sec, I will just launch my Excel workbench. Okay, so guys, what I've done yesterday, I just created a simple two DTOs or entity classes, I can say. Okay, so one is like mobile, where I will be storing the mobile details like ID of the mobile, name, price, and the mobile can consist of a multiple SIMs. Okay, so inside that mobile, I am going to inject multiple SIMs. Okay, so similarly, for I have created a class called as SIMs. Okay, so here sim will also will be having its own ID and IMRC number and who is the provider of the sim. Okay, and then I made a relationship between mobile and sim. That is okay. So with respect to mobile and sim, I have made a relationship like one mobile can have many sim. Okay, and with respect to from the perspective of sim, if you want to see, then the relationship I have made as many sim belongs to a single mobile. Okay, so that was the relationship I made. Okay, now after that I just created a DAO classes. Okay, so one is sorry, mobile DAO. Okay, so here you can see in this I've just performed the save operation. Okay, so save my mobile, and then the transaction was okay, so just I begin the transaction, persist the mobile. Once the mobile has been saved, then I try to save the sim details. Okay, so this is like a sim DAO also I have created. Okay, so where again I have a save operation. Once I saved mobile successfully, then I was saving, I'm going to save the sim. Okay, so I used to save the sim details. Cool. Okay, now let me come back to my service. Okay, so here you can see in the service layer, I have created a mobile with the ID 101 details and all. SIM, some, okay, so SIM 1, mobile, yeah, so SIM 1 with the details like 501 is the ID and number and all. Okay, okay, I have created. Okay, then I set the mobile SIM. Okay, so while saving, let me avoid or let me not inject this. Mobiles will have a set of SIM. Okay, so directly let us save and we will try to perform the operation. So I'm going to run this program. One sec, just give me a second. Okay. So guys, what I'm going to do is I will share my entire screen so that you guys can see the MySQL workbench also. Okay, so now let me come back. Okay, so see, so in my MySQL, I have a database like one to many bidirectional. Okay, so I don't have any tables here. Okay, so still I don't have any tables, and you can see in this SRC main meta nf what's in .xml. Okay, so yeah, so here you can sorry, here you can see uh, yeah, the database name I was given as one to many bidirectional. Okay, so just I will give a search for that and it will be listed. Yeah, so you can see, so there is no table in this database. Okay, so let me run my program in the service layer. Let me run this code and see how many tables are getting created. Okay, so here only we can get to know in the console, right? Yeah, you can see that there are three tables created. Okay, so one sec. Yeah, there are three tables created: mobile and sim, and then sim. Okay, and altering of the table has been done successfully. Then I got a message like mobile has been inserted successfully. Then inserting the sim. Okay, so mobile ID and everything is done. Okay, so let me try to fetch. So whenever, like in the previous session, when we are working with the one to many, so when we used to fetch the mobile details, so we used to get the sim details also, right? Yes or no, guys? Whenever we are going to try to fetch the mobile details, at the time sim details also be fetched, right? Yeah. So whenever we are trying to fetch the sim details, whether we are receiving the mobile details or not, when we are going to fetch sim details, we are not receiving the mobile details, right? Now let me write a code. Okay, so in my sim DAO, I'm going to declare a method. Okay, so I'm going to declare a method as public. Let it be wide initially. Okay, so we will change that. Get sim by ID. Okay, or else you can go with find sim by id. Okay, and this method basically will accept an integer id. And then let me invoke a method. Okay, so by using this manager, I'm going to invoke a method, something called as like find. So this will accept to find a sim. Okay, so if I want to find the sim object, then pass the sim class. Okay, sim and that class. And then, so what is the value? Okay, so the primary key we need to pass. Okay, so here id is the primary key I'm going to get. Okay, and if you see the return type of this method, okay, so find this method is going to return me a sim. Okay, so sim class object. I will add a return statement here. Okay, so I will add a return statement here, and I will change the return statement of sim. Sorry, void to sim. Okay, then back to my service layer. Okay, I will comment this mdo like save operation. Okay, uh, else if I'm not commenting, then it will gives me what already exists. Okay, so the details already inserted to my database. Okay, so that's the reason I'm just commenting here. Then let me create a sim dao. Dao equal to new sim dao. Now, let me call that method. I will just use an SOP statement. Okay, so system.out.println, and I will use this. Okay, so yeah, okay, wait. Let me. Okay, so it's DAO. Sorry, yes, DAO dot find sim. Okay, here you can see. So the sim one. Okay, so we'll be having the ID as like 501. I will take that 501 and I will pass the 501. And this method, we got to know this is going to return me a sim object. So let me create a sim reference variable. Okay, and then I will use this reference variable to fetch the sim details. Okay, so sim dot get IMRC number. Okay, plus I will use a slash tab. Okay, to give me a tab space tab space. Then let me try to print the sim provider. Sim dot get the sim provider. So similarly, let me try to print. I will be using one more tab space. Then let me try to print the or sorry, yeah, sim dot get mobile. Okay, so I'll be getting the mobile object. Then I need to get the price of the mobile. Okay, so I need to get the price of the mobile. So before that, I need to get the name of the mobile. Okay, so for that, what I'm going to do is Yeah, so here instead of get price, first let me invoke the name of the mobile, then I will be adding one more slash tab, and then I will be going for adding the price of the mobile. Okay, so this is the logic. Okay, so just I am getting the IMRC SIM IMRC number, then SIM provider, mobile name, and price of the mobile. Okay, so let me see whether this will provide me a output or not. I'm running the code. Okay, I got the code in the console. Yeah. So here you can see, guys. Okay. Yeah. My forward slash. I think I will be one sec. Give me a second. So save this, and now I will run my code, and you can see. Yeah, I'm getting. Okay. So this is the SIM IMRC number I have given, and this is the SIM provider. Okay. So BSNL is the SIM provider, and mobile name is OnePlus, and the price of the mobile is like 80,000. I hope you are getting right. See, so this is how we can achieve. Okay, but here also we have some issue. Okay, the issue is like we cannot make both the relationship. Okay, so that is like how I can say that, not that mobile DO class. So here, one more table. Okay, so previously when we run the query, okay, so there one more table will be created. Just give me a second. I will tell you. Okay. So here, what happens is, okay. So one more table will be created. Third table will be created. Means three tables will be created. One is for mobile. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So one is for mobile. Okay. And one more table is for with respect to the SIM, and one more table will be created for like mobile and something. Okay. So mobile, yeah. So mobile will be having ID, name, price. Okay. So mobile will be having ID, name, and then it will be having the price, right? ID, name, price. Okay. So ID, name of the mobile, and we will be having the price. So similarly, SIM. Okay. So similarly, SIM will be having ID, IMRC number, SIM provider. Okay. So it will be having ID and IMRC number. Okay, so then it will be having SIM provider. Okay, so this is the table. Okay, and one more table, one more column will be added for this SIM with respect to the like mobile ID will be added here. Okay, so but for mobile, it is not going to add the SIM ID because in one column it can store only one information. Okay, so one ID can be stored in one column, not more than one. To make a relationship with mobile and SIM, okay, so it is going to create one more database, and there it is going to store the details of mobile ID and SIM ID. Okay, so there it is going to store the mobile ID. So yeah, it will be storing mobile ID and sorry, yeah, and then it is going to store the SIM ID. So in the mobile table, it is going to store ID, then name of the mobile, then price of the mobile. Okay, so these are the columns will be created. And then here, SIM, okay, so it is going to store the ID, IMRC number, then SIM provider, SIM provider will be stored here. Then at the last, so this column will be stored with the values like ID. Okay, that is also M_ID, that is mobile ID will be stored. Okay, so yeah, now this third table is required, guys. No, right? We can store like mobile details. So mobile ID, assume that okay. So this is the mobile value I'm going to store. Okay, so one plus and price given as like 80,000. Okay, so let it be. Yeah, so 80,000 is there. So this third table, what happens? Okay, so what is a sim? Okay, so sim is like we'll be having like 501 and then IMRC number, some random number will be there, assume that, and some random provider are there, and then we have the mobile ID here. Okay, so here I can store the mobile ID. Okay, so I can store the mobile ID. Similarly, I will be having sim 2, that is like 502, and then I so some random, then the sim 2 is belongs to mobile 1 only. Okay, now if I want to fetch, okay, so if I want to fetch the sim details, okay, at the time what I'm going to write, okay, so I can write a query like select star from sim. Okay, so select star from sim, and yeah, so select star from sim, and I can go for using the subqueries, or I can write one more query like select star from sim. So from the sim select the details. Okay, so this is the details, sim details I will be receiving. In that ID will be there, I can take the ID, a mobile ID, and I can write one more query to get the mobile details. Okay, so similarly, when I'm going to try to fetch the mobile details, at the time I need to get the sim details also, right? At the time, what I can do, what I can go for do it is I can go for write multiple queries. Like first I will take the mobile details, then I can go for get the list of sim from the sim details. Okay, or else we can go for write a left out or join. Okay, so combine this both the table and see when get the mobile details along with the sim details which where the id is 101. That's what the query we are going to do. Okay, now but this third table is not useful, right? So this third table is not useful. Okay, so we can eliminate this one. To eliminate this, okay, so we can eliminate this one. Okay, so how to eliminate? To eliminate this in my eclipse, okay, means in the inside the code, whatever the code we have written for entities, like in mobile and sim. Okay, so here in mobile, one to many, I'm going to make use of an attribute called as mapped by. Okay, so this sims are mapped with. Okay, so here you can see I have mapped with mobile. Okay, so I'm going to inform my Hibernate. Okay, so Hibernate, I'm going to map this sim, okay, list of sims with respect to mobile and with the reference variable as mobile. Okay, and in my sim class, I'm going to make use of an annotation called join column. Okay, so I'm informing my Hibernate. Okay, hey Hibernate, join a column in my sim class. Sim class. Okay, so you can pass the name of the column also. Okay, so here we can pass the name. Yeah, so here I can pass the name of the column. Okay, so you can see here I can pass the name of the column also. Okay, so name of the column I'm going to give it as like mobile underscore ID. Okay, so I will be giving us like mobile underscore ID. Okay, let it be as it is. So we will see whether this. So now if this is my code, okay, so what happens means, okay, so yeah, so similarly, sorry, if this is the implementation I have given, okay, so if this is the implementation I have given, at the time this third table will be eliminated. Okay, so only we will be having two tables, one is for mobile and another one is for sim. Okay, so in the mobile we will be having id, name, price, and in sim we will be having id, IMRC number, sim provider, and mobile ID. So this is the details we will be having in my database. Okay, so now let me first drop these three tables. Okay, so let me first drop these three tables. I'm going to drop select all and click on the drop three tables button. So automatically the tables will be dropped from my database. Okay, then after that, what I'm going to do is in my mobile service, I will comment this one. Okay, and I will comment this one also. both the options I will be commenting. Okay. And then I will remove this, and I will remove this one also. One sec. Set of sims. And, yeah. So just 1 second, guys. Give me give me a second. Okay. So 1 second. Okay. Sorry. 1 second. Okay, so guys, now, okay, I didn't change anything. All the implementation are same. Okay, so mobile, one to many, and mapped by. I'm using the mapped by, and then I'm using sim. Like again, I'm using like join column here, and mobile ID. I've given the name as mobile ID for that particular column. I'm going to join, and then so in the DAO, the same implementation is there. Okay, so first I'm going to save the, or I'm going to purchase the mobile, then I'm going to purchase the SIM details. Okay, so in the SIM DAO also I have the same implementation. Okay, come back to my service. So here I have provided like mobile information, SIM information, and yeah, then list of SIMs, mobile. I'm setting the SIMs to the mobile. Then yeah, so let me invoke this save mobile by passing the mobile and sim list of sims. Okay, so now I'm going to execute this. So if I execute, okay, so here you can see create table. Yeah, so create a table mobile with id, name, price. Okay, and here id is a primary key, and then create a table sim with the name as id, IMRC number. Okay, so on sim provider, then you can see, notice here. Okay, so this is the name I have given in my sim class, right? So mobile ID. So I'm getting mobile ID integer, and here ID is the primary key. Okay, so ID is the primary key, and then it is going to alter the table sim add constraint. Okay, so that means like it is going to set this mobile ID. So this mobile ID as a foreign key. Okay, so it's a foreign key or a reference from the mobile table. Okay, so it is going to set this information. Okay, now I perform the save operation, right? So for the mobile, I have performed the like I have performed all the save operation. Now let me go for try to fetch the details of sim. Okay, so I will uncomment this fetching the details from sim. Okay, cool. Okay, then now let me run this code. Yeah, I'm getting the SIM and mobile details, right? You can see select SIM. As I said, okay, so it is going to write the query as SIM provider. I think, yeah, so it is going to use the photo sign, right? So it's going to make use of photo sign, and then it is going to write the query to it. It is going to make a combination of mobile and SIM table, and then it is going to write a query. Then it is going to fetch the details of SIM as well as mobile, guys. Okay, then yeah, so here yeah, so now let me try to fetch the mobile details and see. Okay, so and see whether I'm getting the SIM details or not. Okay, so to do so in my mobile DAO, what I'm going to do is I will going to add one more method. Okay, so let it be public wide. Okay, the method name I'm going to give it as find mobile by ID. Okay, so I'm going to write a query like find mobile by ID. Then let me invoke that method like find method. Okay, so from the entity manager, and the class object I'm trying to fetch is mobile. I will be passing that class. Then the primary key is ID. And if you see, this find method is going to give me a mobile object. Okay, so let me try to get that. Yeah, so let me try to get the return. Okay, so what is the, it is going to return me a mobile. I'm going to return from this caller. Okay, so return to the caller. I'll change the return type of method from wide to mobile. Okay, then come to the service layer. Okay, so in this service layer, what I'm going to do is I will just use this mdao dot find mobile, and the mobile ID I was given as 101. I will pass the same thing, not one, and this gives me a mobile object, right? So this is going to use me a mobile object. I'm going to declare a reference variable for mobile M1. Okay, I will just declare mobile M1. So where I will be getting the mobile details. Now let me get, okay, so let me try to print similarly. Okay, so this out M1 dot get the name of the mobile. Okay, so I'm going to get the name of mobile. Then let me try to print M1 dot get price of the mobile. Okay, so get price of the mobile. So now guys, you tell me if I invoke M1 dot get sims. So it is going to give me a list of sims, right? So in this list of sims, let me try to get the size. What is the size? Okay, so what is the size of that list? Okay, so similarly, I will add one more tab space slash tab. Okay, and then I'm going to add here. I will get the first sim. Okay, so for that particular, get sims dot get zero is valid. Okay, so explain you. Okay, so why I have done like this, I will tell you. So now let me run this. Okay, sorry. Here I can get the provider details. Okay, so let me get the provider details. Okay, so now run this, and you can see I'm going to get, okay, so the mobile name is OnePlus, and the price of the mobile is 8,000. Okay, sorry, 80,000, and the count number of sims belongs to particular mobile is 2, and then the sim provider is BSNL. This is the details I try to print on the console. So in that SOP statement, so this is the details I try to print. Okay, so here you can see, I'll explain you. Yeah, see, first I'm getting on the mobile, I'm getting the mobile name. So similarly, I will be receiving that mobile name here. Okay, so you can see here. So this is the mobile name. Then I'm trying to print the price of the mobile. Yeah, I'm getting the price of the mobile. Okay, so once I receive the price of the mobile, then I'm trying to get how many sims. Okay, so I'm trying to print how many sims belongs to this particular mobile. Okay, so that it says, yeah, so console says, okay, so there are two sims belongs to this mobile. Yeah, that is true, that is true, right? So here you can see I've created a mobile and two sims, right? Yeah, so that is right, two sims belong to this mobile. And so after that, what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to, in that list of sims, okay, on the list of sims I'm invoking this get method. On the list of sims I'm invoking the get method by passing the index value as 0. Okay, so by passing the index value as 0, I'm invoking the get method. So it will gives me, okay, so it is going to give me the first object which is present in the list. Okay, so get method is used to fetch the details from the list, right? So and I am passing the zeroth index value, so it is going to fetch me the first sim details inside that list, and that object, okay, on that sim object I'm going to invoke a method called get sim provider. Okay, so I'm going to invoke a method called get sim provider. It is going to print me the who is the sim provider. Okay, so here you can see the first sim provider, it is displaying as bsnl, and in our code we can also check, yeah, so sim 1 will be having a provider as bsnl. Okay, so once, yeah guys, you can take this. Okay, so change the classes. Okay, so like entity classes, change the entity classes. Mobile, just add mapped by and equal to mobile. Similarly for sim also, you add join column name equal to mobile id. Okay, and then go for dao, and this is the implementation. Okay, so first you change the changes in mobile class, then let me know. I will shift to sim. Guys, once again I will share the eclipse part so that I can share that code for you. Okay, so if I keep, yeah, so now in the classroom, so I hope sim class changes has been done. I will just changing to mobile DAO, guys. So this is the implementation I have given in the mobile DAO. Uh, Guys, can I change this mobile to SIM DAO? Okay. Just a second, guys. Yeah, you can continue. Yeah, guys. Similarly, code is also available in the classroom. You can get it done. Okay, so you can download it. Yeah, not an issue. Okay, so this is what. Which one, Rashubham? Super. I didn't like. Okay, so 1 second. Hey, that is not mandatory, but if you are not going to write that super by default. The compiler, Java compiler, is going to write it and call the superclass constructor. Not an issue. If you want, you can write, or else you can skip also. But sorry, but internally the my Java compiler is going to write it and it is going to check. Okay, so guys, I want you guys. Okay, so guys, I want you guys to create one more example for this. Okay, I will give another 15 minutes of time. Okay, so I want you guys to execute one more example and then let me know whether the things are going okay, so whether you can perform this many one to many operation. Okay, then we will go for many to many. Okay, yeah, cool. Right, guys, so the next example what I'm going to give is, you already know that. Okay, so you already know that. Okay, so now guys, so we have seen a relationship between mobile and this one, right? So mobile and sim we have seen. Okay, now let me give one more example to perform this bidirectional operation of one to many, guys. Okay, one to many for you. So here, the thing what I'm going to give is, okay, so we'll be having, assume we'll be having a company. Okay, so we'll be having a company and a company's ID will be there. Okay, yeah, so company's ID will be there, name for a particular company, and in which location that company belongs to. Okay, then in one company we can see many employees. SRO, guys, so in one company we can see many employees. So now let me create a relation. Okay, so in this single company, okay, so in one company I will be having many employees. Okay, so for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the list and I'm going to store the employee details here. Okay, so in one company we will be having many employees. Okay, so many employee belongs to one company. Now I need to create employee class also. And yeah, so as there is a relation, okay, so here you can see, I can see a relationship, I can see a relationship like, okay, so one company will have many employees. Okay, so I'm going to use or make use of an annotation, something called as like at rate one to, okay, so yeah, so one to many. I'm going to make use of an annotation like at the rate one to many. So now let me create an employee class. Okay, so I'm going to create an employee class where employee will be having, yeah, ID, name of the employee, name will be there. Okay, and is designation in the company I am going to give is a designation. Okay, so designation, let it be spelling. Okay, so just change that. Sorry, spelling mistake is there. Change, guys. Okay, and then I will be giving a salary. Okay, so salary for him, employee. Okay, now I need to make this as a bidirectional. That means like when I try to fetch the company, I need to get the employee. That is by default it is there. Now when I'm trying to get when I'm trying to fetch employee details, at the time I need to get that company details also. Okay, so at the time, what what is the solution, or how we can achieve is, so just create a company object in my employee class. Okay, and here you can see many companies, sorry, many employees can belongs to one company, right? So many employees can belongs to one company. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make use of an annotation, something called as like at the rate many to one. Okay, and then so I will be using an annotation join columns. Okay, and this side, okay, so here, yeah, company, and I will use company. Okay, so this is a reference variable I am using. So here and this in my company, I'm going to inform my Hibernate. Okay, so Hibernate, I'm going to map. Okay, I'm going to map this company details, mapped company details to my in a company class with a reference variable as something like this. This is just this is the I'm informing to my Hibernate. Okay, so I'm informing to my Hibernate. Okay, I've mapped the company details in the employee class with the reference variable as employee. Okay, and guys, here just add the constructor. Okay, so add the constructor, getters, and setters. Okay, so add the constructors and getters and setters. And similarly, here also you need to add constructors and getters and setters. Okay, so you need to add constructors, getters, setters for company class also. Then try to execute and see whether you are getting the output or not. Okay, so I will give another like 15 minutes of time. Then we can go for seeing the many to many. Is that clear, guys? Try to execute that. Yeah, sorry, Ankita, that is mapped by. Okay, so mapped by. Yeah, guys, that is mapped by. Okay, so just change it. Yeah, I did just mapped. Just add it to mapped by. Yeah, so it is mapped by. Okay. Tuh, outside. ನವೀನ್ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾಳೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಯಾರೋ ಬರೋದು ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಮವರು ಮೋಹನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಶಿಲ್ಪ ನನಗೂ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಶಿಲ್ಪ ಬರಲ್ಲ.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, yeah. The
So,
print. Sorry.
please, can you display, sir, save mobile, sir?
Yeah, one sec. Yeah, I'll check. I hope you can see that one. Okay, so guys, okay, one sec. Okay, guys. Now let me explain you about this many to many. Okay, so now let us go for that. Where is that? Okay, so I'm going to save this one. Let me save this. Okay, let me open a new one. For you. Okay, so now, yeah, let us discuss about many to many. Okay, so let us take the same example. Okay, so we are taking the example of like student, and then we are going to write a query. Okay, so now, so student details. Okay, so let me take simple. I will go with the ID, and then I will go with the name of the student. Okay, I will go with the name of the student. Let it be as it is. Okay, so then student will take multiple courses. Okay, so you can take multiple courses, right? So what I'm going to do, so to store the multiple course in the student class, I'm going to make use of that list of courses taken by the student. Okay, so list of courses taken by the student. I'm going to make use of this. Yeah, I'm going to make use of a list, and I will be storing the multiple courses taken by the student. Okay, now. Okay, so now here, yeah, so I will be okay. So then I will be having the constructors, getters, and setters inside this class, and then okay. So now I need to inform my Hibernate. Okay, so there is a relationship between student and course. Okay, so one student can have many list of courses. Okay? So one student can take many courses. Okay, and okay. So now let me come to that point. Uh, Later. Okay, so yeah, so let me leave this. Okay, then now I will be making use of, I'm going to declare a class called as course. Okay, and here I'm going to use the ID for the course, and name of the course, what is the name of that particular course. Okay, then I'm going to give the number of days, or yeah, price price of that particular course. Okay, and one course can be taken by many students. Yes or no, guys? So one course can be taken by many students. Okay, so one student can take many courses, and one course can be taken by many students. So then the relationship will be become like many to many. Okay, so the relationship will become many to many, right? So now to achieve this many to many in bidirectional. Okay, so that means like whenever I'm trying to fetch the student details with ID, at the time I need to get the list of course. When I'm going to try to fetch the course details with the ID, I need to get the list of student. Okay, I need to get the list of students. Okay, to perform that, what I need to do is, okay, so I need to have the list of student details in my course. Okay, so student details in my course. Okay, so this will be the implementation. Okay, and I need to say, okay, so I need to inform, okay, so there is a relationship between student and course. The relationship is of type like many to many. Okay, so many students can take many courses, and yeah, so sorry, one student can take many courses, and one course can be taken by many students. So there it will become a many to many relationship, guys. Okay, so here I'm going to make use of an annotation called as like at the rate many to many. Okay, and here I'm going to make use of an annotation at the rate many to many. Okay, and if this is my implementation, okay, so if this is my implementation, then I'm going to end up with, okay, so if this is my implementation, okay, so then with respect to RDBMS application, so Hibernate is going to create multiple tables, right? So Hibernate is going to create the multiple tables. Okay, how many tables will be created, guys? If this is the relationship, how many tables will be getting created with respect inside my MySQL database? Can anyone tell me how many tables will be created? See here, you can see one, many, three. Okay, so once again, so here you can see one annotation like many to many is there from student side, and from course side also it is there, many to many. Okay, how many now? Yeah, so four tables will be created. Okay, so four tables will be created. Let us show you, let me draw and show you how many like how the tables will be created. Okay, so here one table for student. Okay, so with details like is ID and name of the student. Okay, so one is for student to store the student details like is name and ID. Okay, so name of the student and ID of the student. Okay, so one is ID and then name. Okay, so these are the two fields for student table. Okay, so this will be for student. Then similarly for course. Sorry. For course also again a table will be created. Okay, to store name, ID of the course and price of the course. ID, name and price. Okay, so one more table for course. Okay, so course will be having like, okay, sorry, course will be having like ID, then name, then price. Okay, so price of the course. Okay, and the table name is like course. Okay, then a relationship. Okay, so to make a relationship for student and course, okay, a table will be created named as like student course table. Okay, so there we'll be having basically two columns. Okay, so let me show that. To make a relationship between student and course, there will be a table called named as like student and course. Okay, so this table will be named as like student underscore course. Okay, and then yeah, the ID. Okay, so that is like student ID will be stored first, then comes to my course ID. Course ID. Okay, so this table will be created based on this so based on this many to many annotations, guys. Okay, so this table will be created based on this many to many annotation. Okay, so similarly one more table, as I said, like one more table will be created to make a relationship between course and student. Okay, so one more table will be created to make a relationship between course and student, guys. Okay, so let me draw that. Okay, cool. The titles. Okay, then it will be again. It will be having two columns. One is okay. Let me give a name. Okay, so this table will be named as course underscore student. Okay, so this table will be named as course underscore student. Okay, and here we will be having first course ID, then we will be having student ID. Okay, so first we will be having course ID and then student ID. This table will be created. Okay, so this table will be created based on this annotation. Okay, so based on this annotation we have mentioned, based on this the table will be created. So guys, can you see there is a duplication of the table, right? Can you see? Okay, so the two table, like the name of the tables are different. Okay, the name of the tables are different, like course student and student course. And in course student, the table will be consisting of like CID and SID, that is course ID and student ID. In student course table, it is consisting of like SID and CID, student ID and SID, course ID. Let me try to insert some student details, course details, okay, and then map according to that, and we will see. Okay, so suppose now if I try to insert a student ID, okay, I'm going to give the student ID as 101, and name of the student I will give as Dinga, okay, and second student I'm going to give it as like 102, and name of the student I will be giving as Dingy. Okay, the name of the student I'm going to give it as Dingy. And Dinga, okay, so the course, okay, so list of course which are available. I'm going to give the course ID as 501. Name of the course I'm going to give it as like, okay, so J2E, okay, and then price, okay, so some, okay, so I will give you like, okay, so let me go with 2000, yeah, so let me go with 20,000. And the second course I will be giving as 501, sorry, 502 again, sorry, yeah, 502, and the name of the course is Java. And again, this will cost as again, okay, so 15,000. Okay, then one more course, 503 with ideas 503, and the course name I'm going to give it as like, yeah, course name I'm going to give it as like, okay, so let me give the course name as SQL. Okay, go with SQL, and the cost or the price for this is again they are charging us 10,000. Okay, so these are the three courses are available, and now, okay, so assume Dinga is going to select the course like J2W and Java. Dingy is going to select the course like Java and SQL. Okay, then the mapping will be done. Okay, the student Dinga. Okay, so with the student ID as 101, who is taking the course J2W, and again the Dinga is going to select the course 502, that is Java. And now come to the picture of Dingy. Okay, so Dingy is going to select the course of, that is Java, and Dingy is also going to select the course SQL. Okay, so she is also going to select the course as SQL. Okay, so this is the information has been yeah. So this is the information. Okay, so this is how the mapping will be done. Right now you can see the student ID is 101. That is Dinga, and the course ID is 501. So Dinga is taking J2W, and Dinga is also taking Java. Dingy is taking Java, and Dingy is also taking SQL. Okay, so this is how the relationship is done. Now, so here also what in this course of student. Okay, so here you can see again the course ID are like 501. Okay, so 501 was taken by Dinga, right? So the first student was taken by Dinga. 502, here I was. Yeah. So again, the course ID I will take 501 is not taken by any other student. Okay. So Inga is the only one who has selected the JWW. Okay. And now let me take the course as 502, that is Java. Okay. So Java is taken by Dinga again. Java is sorry, yeah. So Java is again taken by Dingy. Okay. So that O is 102. Right. And SQL, yeah, so SQL is like course ID is 503. Okay, right, and 503 is taken by Dingy, right? So 503 is basically taken by Dingy. See guys, can you see the table course student and student course? Is that a replica? Yeah, so it's a duplicate values, right? Can we go for eliminate any one of the table? Can we go for eliminate any one of the table here? We can remove any one of the table, right? Yeah. To remove that, I need to inform my Hibernate. Okay. So to remove one table, okay. So to remove any one of the table, I need to inform my Hibernate. Okay. So let us see the implementation. How I am going to inform to my Hibernate. Okay. So I will directly go for the implementation, guys. I will open my Eclipse. Okay. I will share my screen. Okay. So just give me a second. Yeah, I hope you can see. Okay. So now I will close this one. Let me go for create a new project. Okay, so I'm going to create a new project, Maven project. Create a simple project. Click next. I'm going to give the group ID as edu.jsp. Artifact ID, I'm going to mention it as like many underscore di. That is bi-directional. Okay. And click finish. It is getting created. Yeah. Yeah, I got the project. Okay. So many to many bi-directional. And let me add the required dependencies for this class. Okay. So let me add the required dependencies. Okay. So I will be copying the dependencies from the previous project. So from dependencies tag to dependencies, I will copy it. I will be adding here. Okay, so I'm going to add that all the dependencies to here to my many to many bidirectional. Okay, once the dependencies has been added, just go for save operation. Then we need to add our persistence unit, right? So we need to add the persistence unit to my project. Okay, yeah, in many to many it is not there. What I'm going to do is just I will select the meta inf, right click, uh, copy, and go and paste. I need to change the database name. Okay, I'm going to change the database name as from uni. I will be making it to by direction. Okay, so these are small changes I will be doing, guys. Okay, now let me create the DTOs. Okay, so here I think yeah we don't have anything. Let me create a class as mobile, mobile. Under a package, I'm going to declare a package called edu.jsp. This is the project for many to many bidirectional dot ETO. Okay, under a package, this I am going to create a entities class. Okay, I need to inform this is my entity. Okay, or a DTO class to my Hibernate. To inform that, I will be making use of this entity annotation. Okay, and guys, I'm going to make use of. I'm going to declare private. Okay, so int ID for the student. Okay, and I will be mentioning this is my primary key. Then I will give the student name of type string, name of the student. Okay. Then okay. So this information like let these guys do it. Okay, fine. Mobile class. Huh? Yeah, sorry. Okay, okay. Sorry. I will change it to student. I will go for rename the file. Yeah, so I'll just rename the file to student. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, just I will rename it. Okay. Then okay. So this student will consist of a list of courses. Okay. Now I need to declare the course class also. Course, right? Yeah, I will declare it here from by using the shortcuts. I will be declaring guys. One sec, guys. Welcome back. Yeah. So I will declare the course and I need to inform this is also my entity. Right. I need to inform this is also my this is also my entity class. Then let me have ID private int ID and this is the my primary key. Okay, and I will be using the at the rate annotation ID and I will be mentioning it. So then let me give a name for that course. Private string name for that particular course and private price of that will be, I'm going to use double price. Okay, and the course will, okay, so now as we are talking about bidirectional, okay, so just I will go with list of student. I will go with that directly, and this will be students. Let me declare as students. Okay. Now I said I need to make courses. I will be making, yeah. So now I said I need to make bidirectional. Okay, to make both bidirectional, I will be using many to many annotation in both the side. Okay, so in the course side as well as in the yeah, into many annotation. Okay, and I will go for make it as private. And let me make here also, and let me add a no argument constructor. Okay, so similarly, let me add getters and setters to my student class. Yeah, that's all. Okay, then let me add again getters and setters to my course class, and no argument constructor. Okay, so first I'm going to add the no argument constructor, then I'm going to add the getters and setters. Okay, guys, just create this one, and one sec, just give me a second. Yeah, so now as I'm making use of these annotations, okay, cool. Now I said I need to eliminate one table. Okay, so what I'm going to do is first let, okay, so in the student, okay, in a student class, I'm informing my Hibernate. Okay, hey Hibernate, I'm going to make use of this. I'm going to map the student class in the course class also with the reference variable as students. Okay, so with the reference variable as students. Then in my course class, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to okay, so I'm going to use an annotation. Okay, so something like this, guys. Okay, so I'm going to use, as I need to eliminate the table. Okay, so to eliminate a table, I'm going to make use of an annotation, something called as join table. Okay, so I'm going to make use of an annotation, something called as join table. One sec. Okay, and we can also mention here. Okay, so in this join table, I can also go for mention the name of the table. If you want, I can go for mention the name of the table. Okay, so now I don't want to mention it. Okay, so okay, let us take the name underscore course. Okay, so student underscore course, and inside this. right inside my. Okay, so one second. Yeah, yeah. So inside this student course, I need to have the call. I need to have the columns. Okay, so I'm going to make use of join columns. Okay, so join columns. Okay, and I will be using an annotation at the rate join column. The column name I need to mention, right? One second. Okay, so at the right join column, and if you want to give a name for this particular column, okay, so you can give. I will eliminate this. Okay, no need to have that. Then I will be using that inverse join column. Okay, I'm going to make use of this inverse join column, and then I'm going to give the name. Okay, so here I will be passing. Okay, so inverse join column, and so here also I will be just making use of an annotation like at the rate join column. Okay. So here, what is happening? Okay, so now we need to understand, right? We need to understand here. Okay, I'm using these join columns to join the course ID of this course table to my student course table. Okay, so I'm using this join columns attribute to join a column for this student course. Okay, so for this particular student course table, I am making use of this joins columns attribute to joins this column. Okay, so joins the course ID column. Okay, and then to yeah, I'm making use of this inverse joins column. Okay, I'm making use of this inverse joins column to add a column for my student course. Okay, so to add a column for my student course of this student ID. Okay, so the student ID column will be added if you are going to make use of this inverse joins column. And this course ID will be added if you are going to make this joins column. Clear, guys? Yeah. Okay, so that is the implementation. Okay, so just I'm eliminating one table. Okay, now let me create a class. Okay, so I'm going to give it as student course DAO. Okay, so student course DAO and click finish. Sorry, I need to change the package as DAO, and I will move this one part to the particular class. Okay, okay. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I will just go for public. Yeah, so I'm going to create a method. I'll give the method name as like save student. Okay, and this method will accept the student object. Okay, so this method will accept the student object. I think guys, there is an announcement. Yeah, so sorry, we will see that they are there. Okay, so student, and then I need to have that entity manager factory or factory. Okay, and to create this, I will be making use of this persistence dot create entity manager, and I will be passing the name, the persistent unit name. I will be passing here. Okay, then entity manager equal to, sorry, on the factory we have a method create entity manager. Just invoke that. Then entity transaction. Okay, so transaction equal to on the manager we can invoke that and get entity transaction. Now, so we will make use of this. Okay, so all the fields we can make use of here. Now let me begin the transaction first. Begin. Okay, then I will go for merge. Sorry, manager dot persist. Okay, so I'm going to make use of this persistence method and I will say the student. Then I'm going to make use of this transaction dot commit. Okay, so similarly, I will create a method to save the course. Okay, so I will going to create a method to save course, save course. Okay, so here again, this will accept the course. Okay, and here also I will perform the same operation. Okay, so instead of saving the student, I am just saving the course. Okay, so that's all. Okay, so let me go for perform the save operation. Cool. Then let me create a service layer. Okay, so I will go for creating a service. Okay, and let me create a package with the name as a service. Here I will just eliminate this DAO and replace with a service. I will create a main method. Okay, guys, I'm going to create a main method. Okay, then I'm going to create a main method. Then I'm going to create a student object. Okay, so student S1 equal to new student. Okay, then S1 dot set ID. Right, set S1 dot set ID. I need to set the ID student ID. I will be setting the student ID as one dot one. S1 dot set name. Okay, so name I'm going to give it as Dinga. Okay, so then yeah, so now I need to go for create one more student. S2 is equal to new student. Okay, then S2 dot set ID. I'm going to give the ID as one not two. Then S2 dot set name I'm going to give it as Dinga D. Okay, so Dingy. Okay, then let me create the course C1 equal to new courses. Okay, then C1 dot set ID. I'm going to set the ID as like why not one. Let me go with the same C1 dot set name of the course. Okay, so J2 double E, the name of the course. I'm going to set C1 dot set price. Okay, so price I'm going to give for the technology is like 20,000. Okay, so similarly I need to okay, so this yeah, so I will create one more course. Okay, so that is course 2, and I will change the ID as 2, then the name as Java. Okay, and this reference variable I need to change, and here also the price I'm going to set it as okay 18,000. Let me go with 80. Okay, cool. Then I will use again course 3. I'm going to create the course 3, yeah, and the ID I'm going to give it as 3, and reference variable is 3 3 3. Okay, the name of the course I'm going to give it as SQL, and the price let me make it as so 15,000. Fine. And course 1 will be taken by student 1. Course 2 will be taken by sorry, course 1, yeah, so course 2 will be taken by student 1 as well as student 2, and course 3 will be taken by student 2. Okay, so that's how we have taken the example, right? So let me map like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will use this reference variable C1 dot set students. Okay, so here I'm going to set the same arrays dot as list. Okay, so course 1 will be taken by student 1. Okay, in that list I will be adding that, and course 2 again taken by the list of students are okay. That is like again arrays dot as list student 1 as well as student 2 will be taken the courses. Okay, then I'm going to make use of this course 3 dot set students. Okay, so again here also I'll be using this arrays dot as list, and I student 2 will be taken by the course 3. Okay, so this is all. Then what I'm going to do is first let me create a object for the student course DAO. Student is me student course DAO. Let me create an object for this DAO equal to new DAO. Oh, okay, so student course DAO. Then okay, let me invoke the method. Okay, so save student and pass the student one details. Then DAO dot save student, pass the student two details. Then let me invoke the method like save course and pass the course one. Similarly, I need to pass course 2 as well as course 3. Course 2, 3. Hmm. Then let me run and see what is the output I am going to receive. End up with some exception, I think. Yeah. Unknown database. Okay, so I didn't create the database. That is the reason I'm getting this error, guys. Okay, so let me go for it. I don't have the database. Okay, so let me create the database. Apply, apply, finish. Done. Okay, so now let me run this code. What happens? We'll see. Yeah, so all the operation inserted successfully. You can see table has been created successfully. Course ID null, student ID not null. Yeah, so everything is created successfully. Now let me see with respect to the database how many tables will be created. Yeah, as I said, three tables are created as because we are using that mapping. Yeah, so cool. Yeah, so as we are given, okay, so similarly like that only it has been created. Okay, so I will share the code, guys. Okay, yeah, you can execute that. One sec.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, guys. This is Vashita from HR team. Am I audible? Okay. S- So you have a two requirements. So please take a screenshot of this. So once you're done with your class, please check it out. Are you suitable for this company? And ping your details to HR. Your name, contact number, and company code. You have a two requirements. So please take a screenshot. Shall I stop sharing the screen now? I'll stop sharing the screen now. So if you have any inquiries regarding the requirements, so please contact your HRs. They will help you out. Hope it's clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, please respond.
Ma'am, they will respond, ma'am. Like they will drop a message for the particular lectures, not an issue.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, cool. Come, guys. Guys, I think yeah. So this is the implementation. Okay, so you can see. And now let me try to fetch and show you. Okay, so whether the fetching type. Okay, so when I fetch the student, whether I'm getting the list of scores or when I'm going to fetch the course, whether I'm getting the list of students or not. Okay, so to do so, what I'm going to do is I'll just go for declaring two methods, which will returns me a student. One method will return me a student. Come on, bro. Okay, so that is find student by ID, and I'm passing ID. And inside this, I will be just making use of this manager dot find student object. Okay, and I'm passing the ID here. Okay, and then I will add a return statement. So just I will make a copy of it, and instead of this, I'm going to change to course. Okay, and I will give the name as find course by ID name same. Just change the things. Okay, so now let me try to invoke this and see. Okay, on this DAO, we have a method find student. Okay, so I'm going to pass the student ID S1. Okay, sorry, not S1, 101. I think, yeah, so 101 being us ID, I will be passing. Okay, so this will return me a student object. Student object. Okay, I will declare as yes, student result student. Okay, so result student. Then I'm going to invoke this find course by ID. Okay, I'm going to give the course ID as find2. Okay, so now let me give the course ID as find2. So it will gives me the course object. Course I will declare as res you course. Okay, so result course. Okay, guys. Yeah, I will drop. I will drop. First, let me see. Okay, now I will be using SOP statement. Okay, and inside this SOP statement, just I will add only one. Okay, so first let me go with the student. Okay, so student dot get courses, and this I'm going to invoke the size method. So this get courses is going to return me a list object. Okay, so on that list object I will be invoking the size. So from that I will be getting to know how many courses are given for a particular student. Okay, so similarly same implementation I'm going to give for my course. Okay, so just I will copy it as course. Yeah, come back or get student. Yeah, that's all. Let me run this and see what is output I'm going to receive. I'm going to run this code. Yeah, you can see for student I'm getting two. That means two courses belongs to particular student. And for course, I'm getting two student. Okay, so it is like little bit confusing. Okay, let me pass the course as finite one. And we can see 2:1. Yeah, so two courses for the student with ID 101. That is, Dinga is taking two courses. Those are Java and JTW. Okay, and for the course ID 101, that is JTW, was taken by Dinga, right? So I'm getting the count as one. Okay, yeah. So I will share the code. You can go through on it and execute and check, guys. Okay. So that's all for today, guys. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye. Any doubts, guys? Do you have any doubts here? Guys, do you have any doubts? Guys, do you have any doubts? No. Yeah. Then fine. I'll share the code. Go through on it, execute and check, and try to complete all the parts of the code like delete, update, everything. Priyanka, okay. So I will complete in by next weekend. That's all. Oh,